So now we have the last speaker for this session. We have the head of the Strategic Partnerships and Resource Mobilization, Bharat Rural Livelihoods Foundation. Please welcome, with a big, big round of applause, Mr. D. Sreenivas Rao. Come on, everyone, a big round of applause for him.
Thank you very much. It is Sreenivas Rao. Okay. Sorry. I just take over from what Mr. Atul has said, scale, sustainability, and collaboration. Another model, what we have been trying to do, the same thing at scale to achieve the SDGs, Sustainable Development Goals. So today the talk is about goal number 1, goal number 2, and goal number 10, how BRLF as an organization is addressing these goals. So basically, we work towards transforming the lives and livelihoods of Adivasis. Our focus is on tribals, Adivasis, in the central Indian belt, in partnership with the government. That's the important thing. So how we do it, next please. So we are an independent organization. This was set up by the Ministry of Rural Development, Government of India, as a society. So we are an autonomous body. With regard to the goal number 1, no poverty, to end poverty in all its forms of everywhere. So we are targeting about 1.5 million Adivasis households that are lifted from poverty and living with dignity by 2015. That is what we are trying to do. We have already reached about half of this goal by 2022. We would like to reach out to 1.5 million in next 2 to 3 years. The second goal is to zero hunger. What we are doing is we focus in our approach and strategy in order to address this goal on sustainable agriculture. Basically practices, we promote non-pesticide based management agriculture. We thought organic culture is a little too far and a little more complex. We start with NPM, non-pesticide based management agriculture, no chemical pesticides. The more focus on ground water management and natural resource management. So with regard to the goal number 10, to reduce inequalities, if you see our work, we more focus in very difficult, very backward blocks. The blocks that have minimum at least 20% Adivasi population. So we are reaching out to those areas where generally they have not been accessible. And we focus more on PVTGs, particularly vulnerable tribal groups and the denotified and nomadic tribes. So that's how we are trying to, within India, within the communities, we are reaching out to the hard to reach communities. Yeah. So if you look at the work of BRLF, we are only started our operations in 2015, though it was established legally in 2013. So we have been able to reach out to more than 7 lakh households. 75%, close to about 5 lakh 44 are tribals, and 5 lakh 76 and more than 75% are women out of this thing. So we have been operational in 274 blocks in 92 districts in 9 states. Mostly we work in central Indian tribal region. So this is what I want to highlight here. Our approach is basically the mandate of BRLF is to foster partnership between the civil society, the state government, and also the corporates. So that's the model basically, and also to deliver best practices and innovations in both program content as well as strategy. And another approach is basically there are a lot of tribal youth. If you look at why the government programs fail, one of the major reasons is the scarcity of grassroots professionals. So we try to build up the tribal youth as leaders, as professionals through a lot of capacity building initiatives, and also facilitate the implementation of the government schemes, the flagship programs in particularly related to livelihood. We also provide grant support to CSOs basically for their critical support for the professional cause and the capacity building, a little bit on innovation. We believe that the government has the large, huge resources which we need to leverage. Next, please. Next, please. So this is how in the last 4 years the model that has worked out in collaboration is that the 1 rupee spent is multiplying more than 21 rupees. I mean, we encourage the CSOs to raise co-finance for the same project that we support. They have been able to generate with our support about 3 rupees for the 1 rupee we invest and 18 rupees, and it's sometimes more in state partnership projects from the government. So the 1 rupee that is invested in BRLF will multiply about 21 rupees. So that is the USP of this initiative of BRLF. Next, please. So in the last, we started granting CSOs, but we moved on from 2017-18 to the large state partnership projects. We co-create the projects with a particular nodal department in a state, and we also get some corporates as a CSR partners in some places. Like for example, in Chhattisgarh, we are partnering with Axis Bank Foundation. There is a tripartite agreement between Axis Bank Foundation, BRLF, and the Department of Rural Development, particularly the Commissioner MG Narega. So the programmatic fund that comes from the government, we deploy the CSO partners for the facilitation, community capacity building, mobilization, planning, etc. The government commits its resources through an MOU. So that's how it's happening in, it started with Jharnadhara project, Springshed rejuvenation project in West Bengal, and the government invited to upscale it in 55 blocks. So that is the scale we are talking about. So we are working in 55 blocks in West Bengal. It's a project called Ushar Mukti, freedom from barrenness in Bengal. That having the commissioner it has been talked about in various fora. Then the Chhattisgarh government went and saw this project and they've invited to work in Chhattisgarh. So we are implementing in 26 blocks again with Commissioner MJ Narega. Same thing, the government of Odisha is invited. But here we are working on with the tribal women to improve their agriculture production through APC model, agriculture production clusters. There are multi-stakeholder partnership there. Different departments have come in. Then we have Jharkhand, same project with Commissioner MG Narega. Then we are doing a small project with Tribal Commissioner in Telangana on community forest rights. And we also collaborating with Tribal Development Department in Maharashtra, in Vidarbha region. And we are just beginning a partnership with Commissioner Human Development in Maharashtra to improve the Human Development Index in the backward talukas of Maharashtra. Thank you very much.